Peace to all of the kings and queens that's out there. This is your brother, the 13th letter to the cipher, and we are BACKAGAIN on a nice sunny day. That is absolutely CORRECT. How are you all doing today? If this is your first time watching the Mo Show, I want to thank you for viewing and ask that you continue to watch the Mo Show. Press that subscribe button and press that share and bell notification button. Thank you. And for those of you who have continued to encourage me, I want to say thank you. I tip my hat to you all. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. How you all doing? This video, before we get off into this video, which is entitled The Aquarian Gospel Part 2, and really after Part 2, that's basically the book. Part 1 was great. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Black History 130. But before we get off into that, I wanted to give you all some information in regards to they have this program in New York for children who want to go to Africa. They can go there to Alkebulan for free. For free. Go to kids going to Africa in New York.com. Bang, it pops right up on your search engine, and you can go from there and research it. It's absolutely free, and I think the ages are from 13 to 21, something to that effect. So I'm sure that they will be accompanied by their parent, which saves them a ticket ride. Okay? All right. Second of all, coronavirus update. I was thinking about something the other day with this coronavirus and how it has already killed 2,000 people in China. Not to mention they have ships that have been quarantined in Italy, in Japan, and in some other country. I forgot the name of that country. But I thought about this. With all of that going on, China has land in Africa, in Alkebulan. They have police stations in Alkebulan. In fact, they are actually colonizing Africa and mandating that language to be taught in school is Mandarin. It is mandated that Mandarin is the language that be taught in certain parts of that country in Alkebulan. And with the coronavirus and seeing that, according to medical experts, seeing that the natives of Africa, Alkebulan, don't have any medical attention like they have in the U.S. or in China or in Russia, in any major country. You know, they don't have the medical facilities that's needed to contain or to serve the people who actually contact that coronavirus over there in Alkebulan from the people in China that has land over there. Now, just think, where not only did these people who were leaders of China went into hiding underground, but they went over to Africa as well, where they own land at. There's a whole bunch of people over there in Africa that's Chinese that own land, and they have police stations there. So Chinese go there too, taking the virus there with them, wiping more black people out of the equation. I'm just saying, think about that. That's just a thought, okay? That's just a thought. That's what I thought about that. So put that under your hat. What's up with Oprah Winfrey? This chick say she wish she was white. Well, she's already white. She's white-minded. She has a European perspective from her mindset. And many do, our brothers and our sisters, just not on that level because they don't have the money, but yet and still they've been indoctrinated into the European frame of thought through education, through entertainment. Yes, through religion. Yes, religion. Religion. Speaking of religion, we'll get straight to Aquarian Gospel Part 2. Now, if you haven't looked at Part 1, which is Black History 130, I'll give you a recap. And then I'll go into Part 2. I'll let you know when I get to that. But a recap of Part 1 would be Mary, Jesus' mom, is born in this book, and she is taught in the temples by the Sanhedrins. Elizabeth and Zacharias, Elizabeth, who is Mary's cousin, was also taught by the Sanhedrins. Zacharias was killed, which is John the Baptist's father, was killed in that book because he wouldn't tell where Jesus, John, Mary, and Elizabeth was, so that they can be slayed. What else? John the Baptist goes to school in the temples. He goes to school in the temples in Saqqara, in Egypt. What else takes place? Noble Drew Ali is found out in regards to the words that he used for his Circle 7 are clearly in this book, The Aquarian Gospel. He actually plagiarized everything from the jump. Okay? Part 2, we're going to move right in. That was just a recap. Part 2 of Aquarian Gospel. When you first go into chapter 48, you will find out where Jesus is an initiate in the Egyptian mystical school system. Jesus is a student at the temples in Egypt. Okay? Now, while he's there, the Hierophant gives him a name. The Hierophant, the sage, the teacher, the master, gives him a name and call him Logos. Logos meaning a circle, which symbolizes the perfect symbol of man, and 7 is the perfect number of man. And that right there, the symbol that the Hierophant gave to Jesus, Noble Drew Ali used that Logos for his Circle 7. And that's exactly where he got it from. Okay, so all of my brothers and sisters who out there in MSCFA, you don't owe your allegiance to the science of Noble Drew Ali. You owe your allegiance to Levi Dowling, who actually wrote that book, The Aquarian Gospel, in 1908. I'm just saying. I'm gonna keep it going further. And all of that Islam and time never was when man was not, and on this plane of thought, on these ether planes and all of that good stuff, in that book, The Aquarian Gospel, this is where Noble Drew Ali gets that style of speaking from. In fact, I'm going to go a little bit further. In fact, the very profound things that Jesus said in that book, in the Aquarian Gospel, the very profound prophetic things that he said to sages and to the multitudes that he was teaching as he went to China, Greece, Tyre. He ended up in the Himalayas for a while, wherever he went, okay? All of those profound prophetic teachings and sayings that he used in that book that was revealed, so-called, by Levi Dowling, Noble Drew Ali used all of those prophetic sayings to his followers. None of it was original. None of it was original. This is why the Circle 7 doesn't even have a publication on it, because Levi Dowling owns that book, owns that material, and he published that book in 1908. That's why Noble Drew Ali couldn't have the Circle 7 published. Okay? Not to mention the fact that Jesus was actually going through these mystical systems in a Masonic order. He was a Mason. Jesus was a Mason. Jesus was a Mason. Not one of these Prince Hall Masons or Scottish Rites or York. No, none of that. None of that. No. Real Masons. Real builders. Real builders. Like Hiram Abiff. I'm just saying. Not only that, if you look at how Noble Drew Ali spelled the Koran, Koran, is actually close to and related to the Ku Klux Klan Koran, which is their Bible, which is their school of thought, and they are a Christian organization, not to mention they are Masons as well. And what is Noble Drew Ali's school of thought composed of? Masonry, Islam, and Christianity. Unbelievable. And the same things with the Nation of Islam. Master Farad Muhammad, the teachings that he gave Elijah was composed of Orientalism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and Masonry, along with a spice of black power. Dig that. They never thought, Noble Drew Ali never thought that we would be in this age of information where we can go back and research where he got this material from. But we got it. We got it. We got it. So for all of you Moorish Science Temple, your gig is up. Moorish Science Temples of America, your gig is up. UDIWG, it's up. And as for my Christian family out there, like I said, I'm not a Christian and I'm not a Muslim, but I highly recommend that book to you because that book has a lot of information regarding your own so-called personal savior. Okay? Even though I know the man didn't exist, you know, he did not exist. In fact, none of your prophets, you can't find anywhere where they laid, where they rested. No tombs, no sepulchres, no nothing. No grave site, no nothing. But you can go and look up all of the kings, the great black kings that ruled Africa. Al-Kubulan. And yes, that does include Kemet, a.k.a. Egypt, for all of you who think that Egypt is not in Al-Kubulan. Okay? And Christians, my Christian family, Jesus was a Mason. And in fact, in that book, Jesus also specified that you are the creators. That you are the creators. That you are the creators. He also healed animals in that book. He healed animals in that book, and he taught his disciples how to heal people. Huh? He taught his disciples how to heal people. Okay? And what else? Something else. Oh, his first disciples that he had, the first 6 disciples that Jesus had, was initially the first disciples of his cousin, John the Baptist. When they had imprisoned him, chopped his head off, Jesus steps on the scene, and his followers, John followers, become Jesus' disciples. But with all of that being said, and you have this great man, check this out now, you have this great man that you call Jesus, and he couldn't save himself, and he told his disciples, in this book, he talked about how they were going to kill him. They had wanted to kill him when he was over in India, okay? It's a heavy book. It'll open up your mind. Like I said, I'm not Christian. I'm not Muslim. I am that I am. UDIG. That's who the fuck Mo is. I am that I am. What else will this book do for you? This book entails once again he tells you that how he predicts his death, and how Mary and how Joseph had, well, that was in part one I told you about when Joseph had died and he was in India. Yeah, that was in part one. Yeah, if you haven't seen part one, go check it out. Something else I wanted to relay to you all, to my Christian family in regards to that book. Can't come to me right now, but I'm done with that book. And I'm moving on to the next book that I will share with you all as I go along with it, and I'll be updating you on that. I think I will start with the destruction of the black civilization. Maybe that's the next book, and that's going to be real heavy. I've already read it before, but for those of you who haven't read it, I can share it with you. And I need I need to reread it again anyway. There's a lot of information there. It's a heavy book. It's like 450 pages or something like that, but there's a whole lot of other books. You know, Christianity Before Christ, books by or material by Sheikh Anti-Diab. A lot of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. And the other master teachers. I love you, 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 master teachers. All of you all, female and male. That way, I don't have to worry about not forgetting anybody's name. I'm just saying. And for Brother Polite and Brother Pharaoh, what the fuck is you two doing? I understand you, Pharaoh, but Polite, you out here trying to send that man to jail. You out here paying transgenders to say that they was with that man. What is wrong with you, brother? Do you know how many enemies you've created out here, man? You are too wise. Excuse me. You have a lot of knowledge because you've displayed to me that you really don't have too much wisdom, okay? You have a lot of knowledge and you have a lot of charismatic ways and deceitful practices. And those deceitful practices, my brother, has made enemies for you. I mean, you don't know who's going to be at your ass, which is sad. How many people you've ripped off. And if you all are not familiar with how I spoke about this earlier, I believe it's Black History 85, the Scam Gang of Consciousness. And it did include Pharaoh, Polite, and Umar Johnson. You all check it out. Got some pretty nice views on that one. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Scam Gang of Consciousness. Scam Gang of Consciousness, Black History 85, I believe that. Brother Pharaoh, you call the black woman the goddess, and she's the mother of civilization, yet you call some of these women that make you mad, you call them bitches and you call them hoes. Now, which one is it? Are they bitches or are they hoes, or are they mothers of civilization? Are they queen of the planet Earth? Are they the true God like you say that they are? Because if they are, why would you be calling women bitches and hoes, man? Come on. Come on, YP. Come on. It's a new year. It's 2020. And you still running around here calling women, black women, bitches and hoes, the same women that you are supposedly be uplifting? Bruh. You had every right to do what you did to Polite. You got every right to do that to Polite. But did you really sue him? Because it's some stuff out there in regards to you about how you didn't even get the lawsuit yet because it's still pending. I'm just saying, man. You don't have to lie to the people. However which way it went, yo. However which way it went. And you got this other person calling you fucking gay. You serious, man? That's not the only person that called you gay. And I'm talking about Chief Sabi Indigenous. Yeah, Indigenous the Realist. Yeah. called you fucking gay, and then had footage of you getting your leg rubbed and shit. And you like smiling and sticking your tongue out. What's that shit about? I'm just asking. I'm not assuming. I'm asking, like, really? Threw me for a loop with that, Pharaoh. I'm just saying. And then my brother, one of my teachers. In fact, Pharaoh's a teacher. And another teacher said they say you smoking crack? What? Come on, man. Now, Pharaoh, you say Unc smoking crack. And Seti, you say Unc smoking crack. But Sinetta, Unc, and a whole lot of other people said that you smoke crack, yo. Like, at this day and age, with what you know, I can't, I don't know. Somebody help me out. I mean, y'all got to stand up for yourself with this shit. I'm just asking, not assuming, because I don't know. I'm just saying what's out there, and you already know what's out there. So, you know, play that shit up. And for all of the fans that's out there, thank you for viewing this video. And press that subscribe button. Press that bell button. Share the video. Tell your friends, family, co-workers, anybody you come into contact with, because we give valuable information here. Okay? Stay away from the po-po. Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke weed in your car while you're driving. Have some love, peace, and respect for yourself. It's a great sunny day today. We're going to have some fun reading and working on getting some CASH. We'll see you all later. It's MO, 13th letter to the cipher. Out.